Hi children, welcome back to our channel. In this video you are going to learn about the basic things about the electric current. Children, this is the 9th chapter of your syllabus, electric current. And this is the first video of the particular chapter. So you have to follow all these videos to understand the chapter very perfectly. So without late, I am going to the topic. Okay children, already we know that what is the conductor and what is the non-conductor. I hope that you have basic idea about the conductor and non-conductor. In general, the substance which can allow the current, they can be called as a conductor. That means the material which can send charges from source to the another place, that is the conductor. Here source means nothing but a battery. And children, what is the non-conductor which can allow the current? That is what we call conductor. And the substance which cannot allow the current through them, they are called non-conductors. And I think you have some idea about the open circuit and non-open circuit. Nothing but it is a closed circuit. Closed circuit is nothing but it can allow the current, and open circuit does not allow the current. I think you have some idea about the simple circuit. What is a simple circuit? A simple circuit consists of, like, this is the battery and it is a conductor and it is some key. This is what? Battery, plus minus battery. What I am saying, this is the conductor and nothing but it is plug key, and these are the connected wires. Here the conductor, anything may be, like you can take electric bulb, anything like that. Battery, electric bulb or conductor, and it is the plug key, and these are the connected wires. So generally it is called a simple circuit. Simple circuit. A simple circuit consists of source, conductor and plug key and connected wires. Got children? And when we can say that it is a open circuit, when we can say it is a closed circuit. When key is open, does not allow the current, does not allow the current, and when key is closed, and it can allow the current. That means in this circuit all the things are connected very much clear. Plus to conductor and connected to plug key to the battery minus. Now all the connections are completed in a proper manner. Now it is called closed circuit. When this key is open, now it is open circuit. This key is closed and connection was not given like this. Now also it is open circuit. In a circuit, all the components are connected in a proper way. That should be called as a closed circuit. And if any one of the components is not connected properly with wires, then it is called open current, open circuit. Okay children, simply you have to remember the thing is what it is. In open current there is no current flow. In a closed circuit the current will be moving. That is the basic idea about the open circuit and closed circuit. And you have to remember about the conductor and non-conductor also. Okay children, in this chapter there is one interesting topic given, explanation about the flow of current in a conductor. That is nothing but Drude-Lagrange theory of electrons. Drude and Lorentz given one explanation how the electrons are moving in the conductor and how the current will be passes. Let us check very clearly, children. Okay. According to these two people, who is that? Drude and Lorentz. The electric current must be available in the conductors only because of free electrons. The free electrons will supply the current in the conductor when the conductor is in a closed circuit. In a closed circuit, one conductor is there that can allow the current. How the current wave flow will be possible? Let us check. Okay, children. According to the Drude and Lorentz theory of electrons, the current is possible in conductor only because of valence electrons. So, I think you have idea about the valence electrons. The electrons which are available in outermost shell of an atom, they are loosely bonded with the nucleus. Almost all they will be called as valence electrons. These valence electrons are responsible for the flow of current in the conductor. And here the question is, when the conductors can allow the current, when they do not allow the current, we have to know that. The first thing is, according to the Drude and Lorentz theory, look at this diagram, children. It is one conductor. This is the one conductor, and this is the, I am saying now, one end is P and one end is Q. Here we are selected one particular area of cross section of A, capital A. What is A? PQ is the conductor. In that conductor we are selected some particular area of cross section, that is what? Capital A. The arrangement of electrons, or the electrons how they can move when the conductor it is in a open circuit. In a open circuit, the movement of electrons are shown like this in this diagram. Clear? The electrons are moving in random directions. So for example, this is the one electron that should be moving in this direction, and this is the another electron, it is moving in this one direction. So you have to look at this one. The valence electrons which are in the conductor, they can move in random directions when the conductor is in open circuit. Already we know that in open circuit there is no possibility of current. Here look at it, children. Now first thing is what? In a conductor, all the electrons are moving in random directions. So if you can select one particular area of that one, the number of electrons which are moving from P to Q side must be same as the number of electrons are moving from Q to P through that particular area A. In open circuit, electrons are moving in random directions. It's very clear. And the second thing is, if we can consider one particular area of cross section of that particular conductor, the electrons which are moving from one end of the conductor to the other end of the conductor, that should be same as in opposite direction. For example, I am going to say simply, here I am saying now 5 electrons are moving from P to Q. Simultaneously 5 more electrons are moving from Q to P. Then the resultant of velocity, all the electrons which are passing through particular area, that should be 0. That's why here, for example, for first one electron I am going to say V1, that is moving from P to Q. And next thing is, another electron is coming from Q to P, that is also having some velocity v1, but that is opposite to the first one. That's why just imagine one electron is moving from P to Q, its velocity is what? v1, and another electron is moving from Q to P through the A, its velocity is what? minus v1. Then what is the net velocity? v1 plus of minus v1, that is equals to 0. Clear? That means what you have to say, when we consider one particular area of the conductor, then the number of electrons moving from one end to the another end must be same as in opposite direction. That's why what you have to say, there is resultant velocity of all the electrons which are passing through particular area, that should be 0. That's why there is no possibility of current in the conductor in an open circuit. Got children? And next thing, here in this case you have to remember the first thing is what? When a conductor is in open circuit, the electrons are having resultant velocity is 0 and they can move in random directions. You have to remember that. And next thing is children, again same conductor, that should be connected in a circuit like what I am going to say, that is closed circuit, and this is for what? Open circuit. So when a conductor is given to a battery, then what you have to observe children, the electrons which are inside the conductor, they must be moving in the same direction, So you have to observe this diagram. In the first diagram, electrons are in different directions, they are randomly moving. But in this case, what you have to observe, in a closed circuit, all the electrons are accelerated and they should be moved in one direction, and the direction in which electrons are moving, that should be in opposite direction of applied field direction. Clear? For example, I'm giving, just imagine, just it is like this. P is given to positive and Q is given to negative. Or to understand this diagram, I am going to say like this. It is the P is given to negative and Q is given to positive. It is the minus and this is the plus. Then the current should be in like plus to minus. And if you can give like this, no need to confuse children, it is now plus and this is the minus. Now the current is moving from, what I have to say children, it is always moves from higher potential to the lower potential. Clear? So the current is moving like this. So simply how to remember children, here the electrons are moving like this and in opposite to that the electrons are moving. It is the conventional current and this is the flow of electrons, that is what we are generally modern current. So you have to remember very simply children, according to the applied field we have to decide the direction of the electrons. Simply have to remember the electrons can move. Here if the current is in this direction, I mean conventional current should be in the direction and the electrons will be moved in opposite direction. Clear? In the diagram what you have to observe, the electrons are moving in this direction, P to Q. The applied field should be in opposite direction. This, to understand very simply, I am going to this one, applied current direction or applied electric field direction, applied electric field. And this is the electrons moving in this direction. Clear? The electrons will move in opposite direction of applied electric field with a constant velocity. That velocity is called, children, drift velocity. What we call drift velocity. Clear? Look here again. We are taking a conductor and that should be in a closed circuit. When we applied electric field between two ends of a conductor, all the electrons are accelerated and they should be moving in particular one direction, and the direction of electrons moving should be in opposite direction of applied field. In this case, with what velocity electrons are moving, that should be called drift velocity. What is that? Drift velocity. Children, with what velocity electrons are accelerated and they should be moved in opposite direction of applied field is called drift velocity. Children, here we have an equation is there. I is equals to NQVDA. Here N means number of electrons and Q means number of electrons or charges of electron, and Vd is the drift velocity, and A is the area of cross section. Area of cross section. So from that, what have to, children? Vd is equals to I by NQA. This is the expression for drift velocity. Clear, children? That's why what you have to say, according to this theory, what you have to say, in a open circuit there is no flow of current, and according to this theory, in closed circuit only the current is possible in the conductor because of like this. Okay, children. So this is about the theory about the Drude and Lorentz theory of electrons and drift velocity, children. And here you may get one doubt, children. Here is the acceleration and velocity, how it is constant, because when the electrons are moving in particular one direction, they must be collide with the lattice atoms of the substance, a conductor. In a conductor, so many atoms are there, so many particles are there. The electrons are moving, continuously moving in one direction. Then obviously here there is some collision occur between the electrons and lattice atom of the substance or lattice particles of substance. Then how the velocity will be constant? Here we will consider the average velocity of all the electrons. Average velocity of all the electrons should be taken as a drift velocity. Clear? For example, one electron is moving. It may be collided with the lattice particle. Then obviously its velocity decreases. When velocity decreases, again that should be accelerated, because already we applied some battery. What is the purpose of battery here? That should be accelerating the electrons. That's why if the electrons are loses the some velocity, then again they can be accelerated with the help of the battery. That's why there is some variation of velocity of electron to the it can be compared. It varies from one electron to the another electron. It is not possible to have same velocity for every electron, because they will make number of collisions with the number of lattice particles. Clear? That's why we will consider all velocities of electrons average, and they moving in same direction, so we can take the average. There is no problem. Okay, children. And children, here we have one basic definition for the electric current. It is important for an examination point of view, and the same topic also important. Drude and Lorentz theory, it is the 4 marks question in our application of concept. That is the first question, children. Here, what is the electric current? How we can define? That is the thing you have to remember. Important. So children, it is the conductor, and this is the one particular area we are taken. Here we have one formula. It is that, look at it children, I is equals to Q by T. I is equals to Q by T, and this is the one conductor. In that conductor we are selected some particular area. Then the net charge which is passes through the particular area in 1 second, that should be called electric current. The amount of charge which can be passes through particular area of the conductor in 1 second, that should be called electric current. Clear? So here I is equals to Q by T, the amount of charge passing through the particular area in particular 1 second, that should be what we call electric current. Electric current. Clear? The general definition for electric current is what children? Flow of electrons through a conductor is called electric current. Exact definition is what? The net charge which is passing through particular area of the conductor in 1 second, that should be called electric current. Okay children, again we have one definition for definition of ampere. Definition of ampere. Here I am going to write like this: 1 ampere is equals to 1 coulomb for 1 second. What is Q? Charge. Its unit is what? Coulomb. What is T? Time. Its unit is what? Second. What is I? Current. What is unit? Ampere. 1 ampere is equals to 1 coulomb for 1 second. Then simply what we have to say? How we can define 1 ampere means simply 1 coulomb of charge. 1 coulomb of charge passing through the particular area of the conductor in 1 second, and then the amount of current is said to be 1 ampere. Clear? 1 coulomb of charge is passing in 1 second, then the amount of current is what you have to say? 1 ampere. So children, this is the simply Drude and Lorentz theory of electrons, and what is electric current perfect definition, and what is 1 ampere. So if you can understand this topic, like, share, comment the video and subscribe my channel too. My request is you have to understand the video. For that you have to watch the complete video. Okay, if anybody require our channel, please suggest my channel to them. In this pandemic situation, I think it's very helpful to them.